Got to talk about some cuts, some potential cuts, and get to you guys' comment of the day. What is up, Finn fans? It is I'm either releasing this very late Thursday night into Thursday morning, if you want to call that the AM side of it, or you're getting this on Friday. Again, tomorrow, if you're watching this Friday, tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m., I will be live. Hope to see you guys there talking post-draft stuff, answering a bunch of questions, just having a good old blast, hanging out. 1 o'clock, be sure to come hang out. But let's jump into the title. Let's jump into what you guys want to talk about. And the reason I'm doing this video, I had a completely different video plan. I literally did a ton of work on a different video. That video is going to be coming out Monday. I had a completely different video plan for today, but I'm getting a lot of tweets, and I posted it in the community section. Be sure to check out the community section to see stuff. It's kind of like Twitter for YouTube, but I posted there, and I'm getting a lot of the same question. So I thought to myself, Doug, take the video you have planned for tomorrow, Friday, so depending on when you're watching this, because I'm probably just going to release it Thursday night, and push it to Monday and answer the people. Answer what they want to know. So here's your video. I do this for you guys. I'm here because of you guys, and here it goes. I don't know why all of a sudden I got a New York accent, but come on, forget about it. Miami Dolphins have cut Taco Charlton from the team. They've waived him. So essentially, it's teams can, depending on the draft order, if they're still going off to the 2020 draft order, Cincinnati Bengals have first dibs at grabbing him off the waivers, and then, the draft order. So the Miami Dolphins cut Taco Charlton, saving about $1.4 million in cap space, and they don't have to pay his non-guaranteed $1.8 million guaranteed, non-guaranteed contract. So about $400,000 is just dust in the wind. So they save about $1.4 million. The cut Taco Charlton. He had 5 sacks last year. They spread out between 5 games. He was all right. Now, if you want my God's honest personal opinion about the Miami Dolphins cutting Taco Charlton, I don't give a crap. When he wanted to play and when he showed his heart and when he pushed hard, he was disruptive and he got his sacks. But he disappeared a lot. Yes, he had 5 sacks in about, off the top of my head, I don't remember how many games he played. I think it was like 11, but he was also a healthy scratch for about 3 of those games because that was the reason he wasn't on the Cowboys anymore, and the Dolphins scooped him up. At the time, the Dolphins needed some type of pass rush because we had caca doody poo poo. What am I, 5? They had nothing. They had nothing as pass rush. Couldn't get after the quarterback, so they scooped up Taco. Produced a little bit, but again, his biggest gripe is the passion, the drive, the oomph, wanting to get after it. That's what Jerry Jones said when he left the Cowboys. Never really had that passion, that fire. So the Dolphins cut him. A lot of people are like, why would you cut Taco Charlton and not cut Charles Harris? And that is where we come to what a lot of people are probably watching this video to get the answer. Why the flip-flap and the flim-flam with the Miami Dolphins cut Taco Charlton, who had 5 sacks, which was most on the team, and let Charles Harris stay on the team, who's got 0.5 sacks and has been a complete and utter disappointment from when the Miami Dolphins drafted him? Why? For the love of God. And I've read a lot of your comments. Some of you are saying, well, it's because the team is stupid, because of Chris Greer, because why? And then a lot of you guys just want to understand why. I don't understand, Doug. Explain to me why. I'll give you my best explanation. And I'm just going to do it. Don't even think of something funny to say. Just give your best explanation. Charles Harris is due $3.45 million this year. It's the last year of his rookie contract. They are not picking up his 5th year. If they do, then I'm going to be like, what are you doing? Because he completely disappointed me last year. After last year, I gave up on him. Bringing in Brian Flores, I thought taking Charles Harris, he's gonna put him where he's gonna thrive and excel, and it's gonna be great. Nothing. Crapola. I want him gone. Nothing. But here's the thing. $3.45 million is Charles Harris's contract. It is fully guaranteed. So essentially, if the Miami Dolphins were to cut Charles Harris, they would just say, take our $3.45 million and go play for another team. Or you can sit at home and we're still going to pay you $3.45 million. So the Miami Dolphins, now I'm not saying I have inside source that's telling me this, but if I'm the Miami Dolphins, I'm thinking, if I'm going to pay you, you're going to bust your ass for my team. You're going to be practicing. You're going to be playing. You're going to be wishing you were dead. And I'm getting my $3.45 million worth out of you, unless I could trade you. That being said, will the Dolphins cut him? We don't know. Could happen while you're watching this tomorrow. It could happen the next day. It could happen in training camp when all of a sudden Agba, Lawson, and everyone else that we've picked up, even the undrafted guys, do better than Charles Harris. And the Dolphins are like, well, we need to get this sucker down to the roster minimum. See ya, Charles. We'll pay you the 345 to get out of my GD face. But if thinking an outside source and thinking outside the box, if you look at Taco Charlton, yes, he had his 5 sacks. Some of them came in garbage time, but he still got sacks and he still produced. Disappeared. So they save $1.44 million versus eating $3.45 and losing a player for nothing. That being said, that made me think. A lot of you guys asked me that, and then that made me think about what players could be cut. Now, the Dolphins made their moves to the point where they had 2 roster spots available. I think they still have 1 or 2 roster spots. I know they did bring in a linebacker from Pittsburgh, undrafted. He wasn't on that original 9, Kalen Johnson, so that kind of takes up one of the spots. So the Miami Dolphins still technically have, I think, 1 more spot. Now they're back to having 2 spots, cutting Taco. So I thought to myself, who else could be potentially cut? Just to make the roster. I'm going to make another one of these videos when it comes down to being cut time, but I'm going to name some guys that are on that bubble, some guys that need to produce in training camp and OTAs and preseason to potentially stay on this team. First, Kalen Ballage. We have a plethora of running backs that they picked up and are on this team, a ton, especially bringing in Matt Breida. And you guys always tell me I say names wrong. I don't care. And Jordan Howard, and you have the intern, and you have Gaskins, and you have a few more guys that are unknown. Kalen Ballage is on the outside looking in. It won't cost much to cut him, but he needs to produce, and he needs to replicate that Vikings game at 9 straight games. Plain and simple. He needs to have that one great run 9 straight times, and then potentially he stays on the team. The other guy, Cordell Tankersley. He was producing and playing, and then he got injured, and now he's kind of sticking. But I think this is just a little what I'm thinking. I think he'll stick around for most of training camp, but he needs to prove in training camp that he is still that other player, because the Dolphins shut him down and had Ginkgo come back from IR because they're like, look, the season's going nowhere. We want to see what this rookie has. We kind of know what you have from your NFL tape. But if he doesn't produce in training camp and preseason, he might be on the outskirts. Then we have Michael Roberts. Now you'd be like, Doug, you just signed Michael Roberts. You just did it. Why would you cut him? He was probably one of the first signings in the offseason that the Dolphins did. My reasoning is, he's been injured for about 1.5 years. He hasn't played football for about 1.5 years. He was supposed to get traded to the Packers from the Lions. That never happened because he failed the physical. Then in the offseason of 2019, he was supposed to sign with the Patriots. That didn't happen because he failed the physical. If the man doesn't produce, if the man doesn't show he can do something with this team, he's on the outskirts. But, that's just who I'm thinking. And then, of course, Albert Wilson. A lot of people are like, well, why didn't they cut him yet? It's because he started to really show he's getting back to form the last 5 games of last season. His contract is not fully guaranteed. So at any point, the Miami Dolphins are in a situation where they need an emergency player and they need about $10 million. They might just say, hey, Albert, you're either going to redo your contract or we're going to just cut you. But Albert Wilson, he's probably my last because I could see him staying. And like I said, unless something happens and they need $10 million, but I can see him staying on the team. But yeah, that's who I think about, potentially being cut. And again, why Taco over Charles Harris? I think it had to do a lot with the money. There's a reason they didn't cut Rashad Jones last year, which I feel like if he didn't have all that guaranteed money attached to him, they probably would have cut him. They cut him this season, which they still ate a big chunk of money, but I think that's my major reason on why Taco got cut over Charles Harris was the money and also the drive. You saw he was, a healthy scratch for about 3 games last season. Just he got his 5 sacks, but it was very sporadic. It was very few and far between, and it was very just. Not saying Charles Harris again. People would be like, "Well, Charles Harris is worse," of course, but the difference is he's got a lot of money attached to his name, and he's kind of got his name attached to Chris Greer, and he probably's like, "Come on, man, give me something." But it's gonna come to a point, Mr. Greer, that you're gonna have to cut the man because I'm telling you right now, he ain't making it to the season. I think Charles Harris is gonna be cut real soon, next month or 2. He ain't making it to the season. But be sure to comment below. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about some of the guys I got on the bubble. Let me know what you think about my reasoning on why they cut Taco and kept Harris, even though I think they should have just cut the both of them because they both duty. Let me get you guys' comment of the day. This comment comes from Sparkplugs, and he says, it's simple. If Rosen can't beat Fitz out for opening day starter, he'll be cut. With the revamped O-line and the stud receivers like Williams and Parker, there's literally no excuse to be made. This came off of the video, either depending on when you're watching this, came out earlier today or later yesterday, where me and Josh Houts talked about, the quarterback situation and all that jazz. I want Rosen to succeed, but I also want Tua to succeed. My mindset is I want the best quarterback to be on this team. I want the best quarterback to lead this team. I said it last season, and I'll keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. A lot of Tua fans, a lot of Rosen fans, a lot of people want their quarterback to have a successful chance. Rosen never got that with this team. You can't not agree. You look at Rosen with the Cardinals, 2 different offensive coordinators and just the worst offensive line in all of NFL in 2018. Last year, behind a crap offensive line. Yes, when a veteran like Fitz came in, he knew what to do. He knew how to move that line to help himself, but you got to give Rosen a chance. So that's why I honestly think Rosen, give him a chance. But if he's having a hard time and he's still struggling, I honestly think, I'm not going to say he's going to get cut or traded because I don't know. It all depends on what gets offered. If somebody offers us like a 3rd or a 4th for 2021's draft, he might get moved. But I honestly can see, the 3 of them staying, Ruddick moving to practice squad, having 3 quarterbacks on the team, and then going into 2021 with Rosen and Tua battling it out for the starter. Tua starts, you got a capable backup in Rosen if he shows that he can shine. If not, we go from there. But that's what I honestly think. And I don't know if he'll be cut. I think they can move him, but it'll be interesting. But Sparkplug, thank you for the comment. Like usual, guys, always comment below. And I read them all. Even the mean ones. Even the ones that love to call me names. I read all the comments. All the comments. It's a fault of mine. I like to do it because I like to interact with you guys. But also, it's a fault of mine because then I see some of these comments and I'm like, damn. Why? Why do you watch then? Like why? If I waste your time, don't watch. But I love reading all your guys' comments. But yeah, this is Sparkplug. Thank you for commenting. Be sure to comment below. If you want me to pick your comment of the day, if you have a specific comment, it doesn't have to be a question, but just a comment in general that you want it to be comment of the day, the quickest and best way for me to find it is if you put comment of the day before what you have to say. If you want it. Super, I'll give you a little tidbit if you guys want to get into comment of the day. That's what will really help you. But like usual, be sure to follow me on Twitter, tweeting out a ton of things, news breaks, all that stuff, like Andy Dalton getting cut. I honestly think he's going to the Patriots. And a lot of people say the Patriots don't have money. They'll make money. I think he'll go to the Patriots. On Instagram, I've been slacking there, but be sure to go check me out on both. It's right here. Also, be sure to check out my second channel and my gaming channel, BitBoys, DouglieDoWrong Studios. I got a lot planned for those 2, so be sure to check it out. If you like what you see, subscribe. If you don't feel like you need to. Other than that, give this video a thumbs up. Going live tomorrow if you're watching this Friday, Saturday if you're not. Saturday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I will be live talking post-draft stuff with you guys. Monday, I will give you guys my post-draft free agency roster breakdown. That's what I had planned for today, but I wanted to talk about this and move that over. So that's for Monday. So be sure to give this video a thumbs up. Check out DolphinsTalk.com. All my content's on there. So if you don't see it here, be sure to check them out. They also have podcasters, beat writers, all that stuff over there. So be sure to check it out. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Like I said, I got that video planned for Monday, and I'm going live tomorrow, depending on when you're watching this. I got a lot planned and a lot planned for the future, OTAs, all that stuff. If you guys don't know, during OTAs and training camp, I give you the day-by-day, play-by-plays. Was the first Dolphin YouTuber to do it, and I pride myself on that. It's tedious to write it down, so be sure to subscribe. Hit that bell so you know when my videos go live and when I go live. But other than that, I will see you guys tomorrow, Saturday, 1 p.m. live to talk post-Dolphin draft stuff with you guys. But other than that, like usual, stay classy. Please stay classy. Love y'all, but stay classy. Fins up.